Thank you for choosing to listen to Streetcasts. In this series, I want to explore and explain individual tools, techniques, or approaches that I use for my street photography. I hope you take the time to comment if you have any thoughts, and if you'd like to hear more, please don't forget to subscribe. The one thing I've noticed about my most satisfying images is that I had a conscious thought process at the time I took them. The value of the image was not the effort I put in, but the effort I put in made a difference to clearly representing what I wanted to show. In street, there seems to be a correlation between having enough in the image to complete the scene, whilst at the same time positioning ourselves to ensure erroneous bits are left out or pushed to the side. The more street photography I've done, the more I've learnt to leave things out. A cigarette end on the pavement, lamppost, street sign, and similar things can all destroy an image if they're not part of the message. We often see this with snapshots, family holiday pictures, or a picture of a landmark, and I've been just as guilty as anybody else of not paying attention to the whole scene. I remember seeing a documentary from a model photographer talking to his assistant. There was a scene and the photographer was asking the assistant what was wrong. Like me at the time, the assistant was scrabbling in the mind to work out what it could be. It was simply a very small part of something white that dominated the scene and drew the eye away from the models. They removed it from the setup. Now obviously, to remain true to street photography, we need to be candid and not influence the contents of the scene. We can't move things. At the same time, though, getting into position and moving our altitude can be used to achieve the same effect. Some time ago I did a video on the Bang Bang Club and what I learnt from it. I got my free copy with a magazine, but I've seen copies on YouTube too. One aspect mentioned was working the scene, and until this film I didn't understand what that meant in practice. So I thought I'd share with you how I interpreted it and what I do. In the film, a photographer, photojournalist, was confronted with an angry crowd with weapons and heated tempers. The way the film summarised the point was he worked from the outside in. This is good advice. At the beginning we see the whole scene. We start to get an appreciation for the elements and the cameos that exist. We go closer and start to isolate the individual interactions between groups and their surroundings. By the time we get really close, we have had time to give attention to the parts. As a result, we're better able to resolve the target opportunities. Of course, some of our work is opportunistic, and we're ill-prepared and must make do with our position if the fleeting moment is to be captured at all. But at the same time, walking into a town square, we can take the time to look at the various groups and activities before we take the camera to the eye. Perhaps there's a juggler with kids watching on, people sitting on steps eating sandwiches or checking maps, cafes with waiters weaving their hips between tightly crammed tables, and so on. People engrossed in their own activities are both interesting as subjects and not interested in you, two things that are a good beginning for a chance at getting a good street moment. So next time you're walking the streets, perhaps take the time to just look at the whole space and not just the next 5 to 10 metres. Starting in large spaces is good, and a cafe and a square is a great place to sit. Leave the camera down and just look at the people, groups and activities that are going on. Take the time to appreciate the outside and then work your way in. Equally, once you've selected your scene, don't forget to check the minute detail too.